Hey guys, you're welcome to my channel. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to make this white, stretchy and pliable fondant. This video is highly requested by my friends and some of my subscribers, and I know this tutorial will solve your fondant issue because since I learned this method, I don't have any problem of fondant tearing or having elephant skin while covering my cake. So keep watching as we get right into the video. For this tutorial, we only need 5 ingredients, and they are 1 kg icing sugar. This particular icing sugar is what I'm able to get in my area, so you can get any icing sugar of your choice. And we'll be needing 2 teaspoons of C.M.C, 1 tablespoon of gelatin, 1/3 cup of liquid glucose, 1/3 cup of water, and 1 tablespoon of Crisco. We're gonna start by adding our dry ingredients together, but before we start, we'll first of all sift our sugar to loosen it up. I want to say a very big thank you to all my subscribers. You guys are amazing. And for those who are yet to subscribe, please do so. Turn on the notification bell to be notified once I upload a video. So next is to add 10 ml of C.M.C into my 1 kg of icing sugar. So by 10 ml, I mean 2 teaspoons, because 1 teaspoon is 5 ml. So I'm gonna have 2 level teaspoons of C.M.C into my 1 kg of icing sugar. It's very important that you mix thoroughly, because if you don't, you may have problem of tearing fondant. So I mixed thoroughly and I created a hole in the middle. Into a clean bowl, I'll be adding 1/3 cup of room temperature water. And into that, I'll add 1 level tablespoon of gelatin. A tablespoon is 15 ml, and that is the biggest spoon on the set of your tablespoon. And I'll mix thoroughly to dissolve all the granules. There are instructions written on the label of the gelatin stating that you should add the gelatin to water and not the other way around. And secondly, you shouldn't allow the mixture to boil. So let's remember to keep to the rule. And next, we're going to be boiling water, because we're going to be setting this solution into a boiling water. So our water is boiled, and if you take a look, the granules are not yet dissolved because I mixed it with a room temperature water. So we are going to be setting this over the boiling water and stir continuously to allow the granules to be well dissolved. And remember, we're not going to let the solution boil. It's just the steam from the hot water that is getting the job done. So to know if it's totally dissolved, when you bring out your spoon or your spatula, you can't see any granules. It's totally clear. So this will just take probably like 2 to 3 minutes. So this is ready. At this point, I will add my glucose, but before I fetch the glucose, what I normally do is that I rinse the cup inside the hot water so that the glucose can come out easily. Here I am scooping 1/3 cup of glucose. I will return the solution into the boiling water, and with the help of my spatula, I will scoop out the glucose into the solution. And I'll keep stirring till the glucose totally melts with the gelatin and becomes one solution. As you can see, it's not yet melted. As you can see, my glucose has totally melted with my gelatin, and my wet ingredients is ready. This will be going into my dry ingredients. Into that hole I created earlier, I'm gonna be pouring in my wet ingredients. So my hands are already washed, and I will be mixing the icing sugar into the wet ingredients gently. I didn't really scatter the wet mixture. I poured it in the middle, and I will be forming a ball by adding the icing sugar to the wet mixture. So firstly, you will have a thick paste, then as you add the icing sugar, you will have a thicker paste, then a really thick paste. So this method is very easy and simple. Once you have a hang of it, you're good to go. So in order to begin kneading it, I'll be transferring this to my already cleaned work surface. And I'll continue kneading gradually until the whole ingredients is well combined. As you can see, gradually I am getting there, so I'll keep kneading. As you can see, all the ingredients are well combined, and if you feel it's too strong, you can add a little water. When I'm talking about a little water, I mean like half teaspoon of water, but this is just okay. So it depends on the type of icing sugar you have or the weather. So when I'm kneading, I don't use my fingers, I use this part of my hands, because when I use my fingers, I get tired easily. So I push it forward, I bring it back, I push forward, I bring it back, I push forward, I bring it back. So this is the method I use. So if your fondant is wrong at this stage, you will know from the texture. Like the day I forgot to add C.M.C to my icing sugar, I knew something was wrong immediately because it wasn't stretchy at all. So the next thing is to add a tablespoon of Crisco. Crisco is just a vegetable shortening, just like fat or butter. So you can imagine what it does to it. It makes it shiny, soft, and it prevents the fondant from what we call elephant skin, which is what happens to our skin during the dry weather. So I'll be adding this in bits and I'll be kneading. But you really don't want your fondant to be too soft, because when it's too soft, it shows the flaws on your cake and you don't have a perfect finish. So it's better to have it medium, not too soft and not too hard. And before covering your cake, make sure you knead properly to avoid teary fondant. And I think my fondant is ready. Check out how stretchy, white and pliable it is. Then to store it for later use, I rub Crisco on the body, roll it around, then I tie it tightly with cling film. Then afterwards you put in a Ziploc bag or any other nylon bag. And this is your perfect homemade fondant and you are good to go. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe and see you in the next one.